Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Down with Boring.
We're back.
We're back, and
As you should know,
due to inflationary pressures in the UK, we have one less working arm than we had in the last podcast.
Yes, that's the deal that we made.
Yes.
We shook hands and we were like,
Toblerones are getting smaller, and Jamie Muir has broken his collarbone.
This happened. Yes, this happened in the couple of weeks since we last recorded.
Jamie got on a bus and a tree smashed his collarbone to pieces.
Yeah, I was just
this was
minding
before
my
the
business.
storm.
Yeah, this was. I think that's what the madness was. It was before the storm. All of this happened.
If you'd got on that bus after the storm, the tree probably would have been done in by the storm, and you would have been safe.
Yeah. So if really the storm should have come earlier, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
But alas, it didn't. I was just minding my business on a bus, and a tree just came flying in, whacked in the bus.
That tree. New music has come flying in the past 2 weeks.
You can't stop it. It will come through.
It's true.
No matter what. But we're here. We're alive. Fuck Arriva London. That's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, that's the bus company.
That's the bus
Other
company.
bus companies are available.
Yeah. They are available. Yeah, they really are available. Shout out them. I will spend the rest of my life with a vendetta against them.
The worst thing is, you didn't even Arriva at your destination.
I didn't. I had to fucking walk from there. The bastards.
Honest.
Then again, I don't know what I was expecting. What the bus was just going to be like, I'll take you home though. They got a hole with the hole.
Into the hospital.
Yeah.
A gaping hole on the top deck.
Do you mind just taking me to the hospital though? Like, I know there's a giant hole in the side of your bus, but I would appreciate it.
Yeah. So Jamie's going to be rich. He's going to get compensation. That'll sort us out. Jamie, that woodpecker's outside again.
He's knocking around.
Jamie's got a woodpecker outside his window, and he's not impressed by that.
It's like a third host to the show. Yeah, but woodpeckers, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they were great when you were 7 years old, but
they're pretty rare.
Get over it though, innit? You know what I mean? Like, what? They fucking slam their head into a tree. I slam my arm into a tree.
You know, woodpeckers have this weird thing where, if you actually look at the inside of their skull, their tongue goes all the way around their brain. There's like
sorry, what the fuck?
So the tongue goes in and around the skull as more stabilisation. It's fucking.
What
nuts,
do you mean?
mate.
The tongue's around the brain?
Yeah. So our tongue goes in and down.
Yeah.
Their tongue goes in and round and down as a sort of.
Well, like
cushion.
through the head, like forehead.
Yeah, I think so.
That's mad to me. What? Why?
But also, I was looking at it, right, and there's so many different things that a woodpecker has evolved in order to be able to slam its face into a tree. And I'm like, well, all the other birds are getting by fine without.
Yeah, they're fine.
Why are you bothering?
Yeah, but other birds are fine. It's not like you've got an advantage really over anyone. Like, unless they have to break in, unless they're doing like a bank heist, then maybe you need them.
It's like when you go to the circus and you see someone who's really, really good at like trapeze, and you're like, why?
What you mean? There's like the guy who's like fucking like wrestling a bear.
Yeah.
There's like all these other like juggling and stuff. It's like, oh, you just good balance.
Yeah.
Good balance.
You slam your head into a tree.
You bastards.
Anyway,
the woodpeckers, the trapeze artists.
They are
of our times. But we're back. Jake, how are we doing? We talked about me.
Yeah, I'm fine. No
fine?
mailbag this week.
No messages came in.
No excuses.
No excuses. Just don't have it.
Yep, no one sent us anything.
Do send us through some messages and stuff.
Yeah, please. It's really ruined my week, actually.
Yeah. Well, we're just about to obviously go off and do the
Dork quiz.
Big quiz of the year.
If you're listening to this, tickets are not available because it's already happened.
It's back. Yeah, we can't backdate it, unfortunately. But if you have got tickets for the Swim Deep Dorks Night Out show, well done, because there's none left.
Yeah, they're sold out too.
So Swim Deep will be there.
As if the quiz is sold out. The quiz is very much not sold out.
Just walk in. But also, we're going to be joined by Lime Garden and Pre-Skate at the show, which is going to be very, very nice
They'll
indeed.
Be playing. We won't just be joined.
Yeah, we won't be just joined. Like, they won't just be around. They'll actually be playing the show. So it's going to be a really good night. 100 Club, 10th of March. If you've got a ticket, see you there. If you haven't,
I haven't got a ticket. Do you think you can get me in?
We're going to have to do another raffle.
Just to get me in.
Yeah.
Put me down
as the only reason. Yeah, put him down as an artiste on the list.
Long day.
Long day. It's like...
I was in Acton last night.
Jesus Christ.
Anyone? Shout out Acton.
No. Don't want to hear.
Anyone with that Ealing feeling?
Don't want to know anyone who's in that, going around that area.
West
that sounds
London,
awful.
Who needs it?
Sounds like
listeners outside of
dross.
London who are struggling to understand. Imagine a place you don't like that's too far away.
That's Acton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not nice. Not nice.
There were 3 Japanese travel agents by the station, though.
What, competing against each other?
It looked like it, yeah. Very odd.
That feels like some sort of like bitter rivalry. They're like, well, I'll open a fucking travel agent as well, mate.
Either there's loads of Japanese people in Acton, or like it's a really big coincidence.
Or they're like, oh, no way.
Well, surely the people who would need property in Japan least would be Japanese people. They've already got it.
Yes. Yeah. That's a fair argument.
So there we go.
Anyway, hope they're doing well. Support local businesses and all that.
Shout out London Tokyo Property Services.
Forevermore. Should we get into some music news?
Yeah, why not?
Oh dear. Let's start with Foals, shall we?
Okay.
Lovely lads, lovely group of lads. They've actually formally announced their next album now, which is called Life Is Yours. Life Is Yours, Jake.
Okay.
They're trying out by dropping a new song called 2 a.m. And it's
you can do a whole day of songs.
Like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Yeah. I swear there's others, right? 7 a.m. by Slaves.
Yeah. Quarter past midnight by Bastille.
There you go.
3 a.m. by Eminem.
3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Put my key in the door.
And
body slamming all over the floor. And he doesn't know how he got there.
But I guess
I must have killed them. Amnesia, another silent killer.
Yeah. Eminem. What a state.
There'll be other time frames. But yes, Foals, 2 a.m. It's a nice little banger, this. Big fan of this.
It is, yeah. Looking forward to the new album.
Yeah. I'm liking the kind of move. I don't know. It feels like there's a purposeful move into this more like, I don't know, poppier direction, which we kind of heard like in early Foals.
Yeah, I think so. It does feel. I mean, I believe in the cover interview of this month.
Oh,
Yanis mentioned it's the poppiest they've been since the first album, I think.
Oh, wonderful times. This I like this. I like they've done the big like festival headlining rock stuff, if you know what I mean. And they've got loads of that. They've got loads of that in the locker. So now they've got
locker.
Don't know if they're going down there.
Open up the Hurt Locker and had a big old rummage around.
And they found this.
They pulled out disco.
Yeah, big fan of this. Massive tune, yeah, big fan. And looking forward to the album. Life Is Yours.
Yep, which is out in the future. So yeah. Don't worry, you haven't missed it coming out.
Yeah. It's coming soon. But as Jake mentioned, on the cover of the latest issue of Dork, which is out now.
It is out now. There's always an issue out.
There's always an issue out. That's how it works.
There is also an issue out.
Yes. Big interview. Go have a read of that. Talking all about the album and loads of other goodies in there as well, of course.
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything. Oh, I do. I've got, what have I got? Rockaway Beach.
Rockaway Beach.
In there.
Yeah.
And also a picture of me hosting the Spectrum
yes.
holding a ham.
Jake hasn't got too much writing in this information, but he has got a picture of him holding a hunk of ham.
I'm pivoting from journalism to like reality TV level celebrity.
Meat model.
Yeah, meat model. The ham man.
A recap.
The gammon guy. The bacon boy.
Fuck's sake. Apart from that, there's some really good stuff in that issue.
Apart from that?
Yeah. Wow. I got the roundup of our thoughts out with Spectre and loads more. I talked to C-Matt and Buzzard Buzzard Buzzard, who will be joining us on the show.
Yes.
Later on.
Yes.
So wait for that, because we talk about their album.
We do. Which,
we'll be frank with you guys, we got the dates mixed up. And
so we talk about it as if it's out. It's not out.
It's not out. If you're listening to this like a week after this episode drops, it's out.
Fallow period.
Yes, yeah. It's out. It's out. So it is within the time frame. But if you listen to it on the Monday right away or the first week,
out. But we talk about it as if it is out.
Yes,
and that's a mistake.
That's a mistake on our part.
That is.
So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, great chat though from Tom. Nonetheless, we're going to head to the album, which is a belter. But anyway, pick up the magazine. Good on Foals. Yay, it's 2 a.m.
I was always there for you, but now you've gone again. No, I can't sleep alone. I just wanna go home, and it's 2 a.m. again. We know that it's all over when we go away. We'll be stronger now. I know.
Foals.
If we could work backwards and find out what Eminem was doing at 2 a.m., we could solve the mystery
Well, yeah, because you could arguably work
of how the bodies got there.
like a Minority Report sort of
Exactly.
pre-crime world that we could work out.
Can I just ask you something, Jamie?
Yeah.
Do you get the sling for free?
Yes, do actually.
Do you get to keep it?
Yes.
Wow.
They haven't said I have to give it back.
Well, this is what I think, like, you know, when people get crutches, do you have to give those back? Because there's always crutches, aren't there?
I am in a sling, by the way. This is why
Jamie's got a
it.
broken collarbone. Don't even mention that.
Didn't mention that.
He's got a very nicely cushioned sling.
It's quite nice, actually. It is quite comfortable.
Yeah, maybe we could get two.
Oh.
Couple for your legs as well, and just wrap you up like a big baby.
Look like the Michelin Man.
Yeah.
Just roll down the hill. Yeah, very, very comfortable. Yeah, don't know if I have to give it back. They haven't said.
I'd be interested to know.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's a lot of money being spent.
Well, yeah.
I'm not going to get into the finances of the NHS right now.
They do anything else? They just look at you and go like, "Oh, you fucked. Here's a sling."
No, they looked at me. I walked in and they were like, "Oh, what happened?" I was like, "I was in a bus crash," and they were like, "Sorry, what?" And then walked in to get looked up, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's just there's having a bit of pain on the old shoulder here." And he was like, "Yeah, you need to go outside." And I was like, "Oh, that's a bit rude. I need a bit of help here." And he said, "No, you're covered in glass."
Yeah,
so
that's an issue.
That's an issue. Don't play with glass, guys. Don't. But yeah, then he got an X-ray, and he was like, "Yeah, you've broken your collarbone, mate." I was like, "Sweet, cheers." Good times.
I like it when you get an X-ray and they say like, "Oh, it's perfectly safe," and then they fucking like bolt out the room.
Yeah, they lock the
Hide
door.
behind
Yeah,
a fucking
yeah.
red-line
And I'm like,
door.
"Oh, whoa.
Perfectly safe, but I'll be in here.
I also paid £1.99 for a juicy water bottle whilst I was at the hospital. Yeah.
In the kitchen.
Because it was a Sunday night. It's a Sunday night. No, it was open. So I was like, I'm gonna have to invest here. That was it. They were like, "Oh, you should probably get some painkillers." And I went, "Where from?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, we've got some." I was like, "I hope so."
Yeah.
Really hope so. If there's anywhere, ring me you.
What did they give you?
I don't know, some big dosing stuff.
Nice.
I was like, "Oh, that's heavy." That. And they were like, "Oh yeah."
You know what else is heavy?
What?
Brit Awards.
Yeah, they are quite heavy, aren't they? They are really heavy. Jake, I believe you were obviously on the ground at the Brit Awards.
On the balcony.
On the balcony this year.
Yeah, although I feel like you probably get more of an idea of what's going on from home. Because I spent half the time trying to upload Instagram stories in a signal black spot, and the other half eating a very weird kofta wrap that I got for free with the ticket.
The signal black spot. The O2 Arena.
I'm on O2 as well.
You're on O2 as well. We'll have more about the O2 Arena shortly. How was the Brits? How did you find it?
It was good, yeah. Very surreal being there, obviously, because in the ad breaks they get some like budget host on who shouts nonsense for a while
Right,
to a load of Brit school kids who are there to have a good time.
Shout a load of nonsense.
Pretty much. Yeah, and by the bar bit, they also have what I can only describe as like a fake version of the red carpet. And the queue was like a mile long.
Just take a photo.
To take a photo with,
like, I'm at
with
the Brits.
backdrop.
And you're like, you're not.
I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah. Do you not get a shot then? That's a shame.
Oh, I was going to, but I'm not kidding. It was literally like an hour long. I think the only way I could have got it easily was waiting till Adele came on and then nipping out. Nipping out then.
Oh, they'll all be in for this one.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
But no, it was good. Dave was very good.
Nice.
Adele was good. Ed Sheeran was there.
We Bring Me the Horizon, famously.
Liam Gallagher played his awful new song. It was great. Sam Fender, very good.
Nice. It was good fun.
Yeah.
Load of winners, of course.
Yeah, load of losers. Too.
Load of losers. More losers than winners.
Always.
At the Brits, as it's known. Shout out to Sam Fender, of course. Wolf Alice.
Yes.
One British group. Best British group. It was British group, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was group.
Yeah. They did.
Ream.
Presented by Maneskin.
Of course. Amazing.
Yes.
The real time there. Olivia Rodrigo was there.
She was.
She won an award.
I was there.
You were there. Adele won some awards.
Lots of awards.
Lots of awards. Some say too many.
I don't.
Little Sims won an award.
Yeah. Best New Artist.
Shout out, Breakthrough.
Yeah. Shout out Best New Artist, Little Sims, who I think I first saw in 2016.
Tremendous. Breaking through.
Yeah. Best New Artist.
But
Best New Artist, already been in a series of internationally acclaimed Top Boy. Best new artist.
But look like a lot of fun, and also look like a good ceremony this year. To be fair,
Yeah, well, Jack Whitehall pissed off, so that was nice.
that was great. Was it
Yeah.
Mo Gilligan?
Yeah, big
he was
Mo.
he was
Love Mo.
great. Love Mo. Shout out Mo. If you're listening, Mo,
Shout out, Mo. I'm sure you are.
he has to come on in.
We So how are we picking a Brit song to play, Jamie?
Well, the
Walk me
obvious
through your process.
choice would have been playing because they released the Ed Sheeran "Bring Me the Horizon" collaboration, Bad Habits, and then we thought no,
Yeah.
just thought no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go and we're gonna play someone who performed on the night
Mm.
and also won an award.
Oh.
And
Oh.
I feel tips it because of the fact of how he celebrated after winning the Brit Awards, which was famously going on a massive
Yeah.
all-night bender, which I think we all would do.
Yeah.
So he's one of us, one of the people, and then ended up back in Newcastle or South Shields, I
Yes.
believe, at the Lowlights Tavern with his Brit Award at some ungodly time in the morning, and he had a pinata. There was a pinata of Boris
There
Johnson
was.
that he whacked to pieces with the Brit Awards.
I believe the Brit Award is being turned into a pump pull.
Yes,
Isn't it?
because
The
he
same as
already
his
had. Yeah, 'cause
previous
he
one.
had a previous one. So it's slowly that pub. If Sam Fender keeps going the way he's going, it's just going to be nothing
Just
but Brit Awards.
everything. Tables, chairs.
What did you do with your Brit Award? It's just to pull the pint at the
floor
pub.
Paved with Brit Awards.
And his line of "Let's keep going, full respect to the man." And that's why he wins.
Yes.
And therefore, this is Sam Fender, 17 going under.
And God, you look so sad. She said that. So I thought about shifting gear, and now she wept and wept. Well, Lord came and died on here. See my mother, DWPC number. She cries on the floor with comfort. I'm 17 going under. I'm 17 going under.
Going under. That one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Speaking of the Brits, which of course was at the O2 Arena.
Yes.
What other news has been going on, Jacob?
Well, there was a storm.
Talking of storms.
Some trees came down. Some twigs blew around. Some wheelie bins got knocked over. And half of the roof of the O2 was shredded to pieces.
Gone.
And also,
Gone.
from the pictures, it looked like they basically made it out of cling film. It didn't look like the kind of heavy tarpaulin that you get on big tops or like circus tents. It looked very much like a sort of stretched sandwich bag material.
Yeah, like, it always just like, haha, that looks like someone just covered it in some fabric.
Yeah.
And that was a joke.
Yeah.
It went very quickly.
You know,
ripped
on
apart.
like temporary Harris fencing, they put that white stuff up sometimes and sort of cable tie it to it.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
level
yeah.
of care.
That's the dedication that you
And
got.
then they said like, "Oh, we're sorry, but the O2 will be closed tomorrow while we look at it," which was incredibly optimistic.
Really
And
optimistic.
they have now said, "Well, maybe it'll be closed longer than a day because half the roof has gone."
Half the roof is gone. I believe it was like actually around like the shopping centre area. I believe someone pointed out, someone had a video that showed it was like a little bit
Yeah, the shopping centre.
done in.
Everyone goes to the O2 for outlet shopping.
Of course.
That's what it's known for.
Famously. But it has meant that that Dave, unfortunately.
It's had to delay his shows, yes, because there's no roof.
There's no roof.
I don't know if this is coming across to anyone, but you can't play a show at the O2 when the roof is missing.
There's literally no roof.
So to celebrate, we're going to play Disaster by Dave.
Because it is.
Featuring J Huss. And then after that, we'll be talking to Buzzard 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 about an album that actually isn't out yet.
Isn't it? It's coming soon. Well, depending when you listen to it. But right now, no, it's not out.
No.
So yeah, let's have a listen. This is Dave with Disaster.
Flossing in the gossips, how you end up in a war. I got nothing for a fed. Copper for your head, and that's the definition of a penny for your thoughts. We just live and maintain. We on the same streets, but we don't play the same game. You're the type to get caught and go and play the blame game. You should be ashamed. If I stick to my heart, I put my stick to your brain. Let it rip for the pain. They put shit on my name till I grip and I aim. Dip on a plane with a brand new name. Mummy, I got a flight to catch. All for an internet gangster or a cyberman. Mike Myers, man, a couple tries tried to try, man. My boys put stars in the hood like I'm Strider, man. I know people wearing rollies doing life in Cannes. Isn't that ironic? That
We are. We're back. I've drafted someone in with 2 working arms because you haven't been pulling your weight recently, Jamie. So
Pulling my weight.
Yeah,
very good.
We've got Tom from Buzzard 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 here. How you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you very much for having me.
How are your
It's great to
arms?
be back. Yeah, very good. All working. I liked pulling your weight. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
You gotta pull with
Putting
your
your
arms.
weight. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
very
the
good.
one. Yeah, it's always appreciated. Famously, yeah.
Thanks for explaining it as well.
Yeah, of course. Got to break it down. Some of the viewers definitely won't get it. Do you know what I mean? There'll be a lot of backlash. You know?
So true.
It's a real, it's a necessity for the podcast to go through clearance. Is that there is a certain number of limbs working, so that's we've drafted you in. That's greatly appreciated.
No, it's my pleasure, my absolute pleasure.
And being back as well, of course, you've joined the illustrious club.
The alumni.
The alumni who've returned multiple times. Of course, the last time we were together when we were here, obviously you talked about a load of things. But of course, famously Bagpuss came up. It hasn't come up ever since. Bagpuss still
That saggy, baggy old puss.
Yeah,
as the opening says.
Yeah. As it's described on Wikipedia, a saggy old cloth cat.
Nice.
Baggy and a bit loose at the seams.
Yeah, I can't remember why we were speaking about Bagpuss. I'm trying to rack my brain.
No, neither can I.
Why
No,
we were
do you
speaking
think
about
Bagpuss would be alt-right or classic neo-Nazi?
Yeah, of course, yeah. God, he can't say anything on podcasts these days, can he? Can't even talk about Bagpuss, can he?
Is that why the Bagpuss endorsement hasn't yet come through for the band?
Yeah, ever since the Rogan thing, they just don't want to take it. You know?
Burn the bridges.
Yeah.
Has Rogan had Bagpuss on?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Just equalising the conversation.
I was going to say, yeah. I wonder whether he'd consider it. I think Joe Rogan seems like such an idiot that I think if you suggested it, he'd just go with it.
Yeah,
absolutely. I love that. Yeah, get him on.
But he's a new man, so he'd have Elmo on the next day.
He would.
Yes, of course. Both sides. Come on now.
I wonder when we're going to get to a point where we have had a Joe Rogan guest or Joe Rogan has had a Down with Boring guest.
No
crossover so far.
No, not yet. Not yet. But never know.
We were going to have Jordan Peterson on, weren't we? But that was last week. So.
Yeah. His album didn't make the cut, did it?
It didn't, wasn't it?
Yeah. Famously, he was going to do it, and then we thought, the Wombats are around, so let's go with that instead.
Yeah.
It's probably much better, much nicer guys. But of course, how are things at the moment, Tom, in the world of Buzzard Buzzard Buzzard? Of course, when this is out, we're speaking just before, but when this is out, the album will be out.
Wow.
Backhand Deals, it'll be out in the world. How does it feel? I guess being so close
the
to it now.
fastest selling debut of all time.
Yeah.
We're calling it now. We've done it. It will happen.
Yeah.
It will happen. How does it kind of like feel? I guess being this close to it all.
It's pretty cool. I mean, like I'm kind of just sort of a generally kind of anxious person anyway, so I think I'm always full of fear. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's a good thing. Like fight or flight has led to perhaps the survival of the entire human race. So
that's so true.
I feel pretty good that I'm kind of scared. Do you know what I mean? It keeps me on my toes. So yeah, a little bit scared, but I think it's just excitement. I think my adult brain just confuses the fear for the excitement for fear. Even, do you know what I mean? So very excited to have it out. I think it's been a long time coming as well. With the pandy hitting just as we were sort of making it and stuff like that, it's pushed it back quite a bit. So it feels good to get it out. And it feels like, I was really concerned about like making a record that felt representative of us as a band. And I thought like, if we're pushing it back and stuff like that, maybe we'll change, maybe we won't hold the same views and whatever. But I really feel like it's a really representative record of us at the moment. It feels really honest and really great. So I'm very, very excited. Nice. Very, very excited.
So you're glad you haven't changed in the last 2 years?
Yeah, haven't changed a bit. I won't move an inch.
That's good.
I am.
You know who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Just don't change your views. Yeah, just like my Auntie Sue. Don't change your views at all for any person. Don't even be
I've got
enlightened
an
to
Auntie
anything.
Sue as well. Maybe it's the same one.
That would be great.
Maybe it's the same one.
They're both aunts. They're both called Sue. I mean,
yeah. Does she love throwing shapes to come on Eileen down Barry Rugby Club?
I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past her.
Ask her. You never know.
Ask her, yeah. Could you get Isu on now, Jake? Can you drop her a line?
I'm not sure. I've
Special guest.
got her on Facebook, but the explanation that would have to go into me asking that question may take quite a while.
Well,
Facebook
so,
is definitely definitely the environment for anti-Sues.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's where all the anti-Sues live.
bubbling around, getting involved, sharing those videos from Corona Boogie
Why not?
down.
Why not?
Amazing stuff. Well, if of course any Auntie Sue is listening, do give us a shout again.
Yeah,
you know the usual addresses.
Yeah. Shout out Sue.
That's it.
Shout out Dexy's Midnight Runners, and shout out Darity Rugby Club.
For sure. You need to come down. You need to come down. If you haven't been down to Barry Rugby Club, you haven't lived. I'm telling you.
Well,
of course we've been down. We go every week.
What sort of nights do they do down at the
Well, I've only been down there for wakes, really. So I mean, like it's been.
What have the wakes been like?
They've been pretty fun, actually. Usually, have a couple pints of bitter, and then have a bit of a kickabout in it. Like they keep the post up, so you can just go and have a shot and see if you can make the conversion. Do you know what I mean?
Just a wake.
I'm gonna I honestly don't know what you mean because I've never understood rugby.
Oh, really? Basically, there's two posts.
I know, I get that. What's
that
the conversion? Is that when you kick it after you do the scoring?
You kick it over the post. So we're just getting conversions. Right. You know what I mean? It's what Jeff would have wanted. You know? That's what we're going with.
It's what he would have wanted. You know, we're always down for a road trip. So Jake, just put the diary, and we'll be along anytime soon. I'll be the one.
Absolutely, you can claim it on expenses. I'm sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
This bountiful money that
reason
we
for
make
trip
podcast.
Conversions at Jeff's funeral.
So, hey, you know, it's an experience. That's how I view it. It's an experience nonetheless. But I mean, back to this album. I suppose we've gone way off.
Naturally.
Way over the post.
Naturally. I guess like was it kind of like something that came together quite did these songs come together quite naturally for it? Were you like writing with an album in mind, or was it a case you looked around, you're like, oh, actually, we've got a bunch of songs here. About time to do an album. Should we do it?
Yeah, that's a good question because we had like a first go at it, and we had like we wrote and recorded like 16 tunes, and then kind of like whittled it down to 12, and then sent it to Communion. And there was a whole back and forth, and then at the end of all that process, we were like, actually, this is fucking shit. Like, this is so awful. This is so piss poor that we couldn't even dream of releasing anything like this. So we were like, okay. And so in January of like 2020, I was like, cool, I'm just going to take the month to write. Which I was in the very fortunate position to be able to do, having a label and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm going to use that, like just write for a month. And we kind of, a sort of theme developing in the music and that sort of thing. And then that's when we kind of came up with the name, because we've been like playing Monopoly a lot. And like we've been playing Monopoly online, like a lot.
Monopoly online?
Monopoly online, yeah.
Sounds seedy.
What sort of world is this? What sort of world is this?
It's totally seedy, but it's really bad because like there's ads like every time everybody takes a go, there's like a 30-second ad. It's like so slow.
Just like the real Monopoly. Every time I get the board game out, you have a go, and then a man bursts in the front door and starts trying to sell you a £10 discount on gorillas.
I feel like that is like such a Monopoly thing though as well. Like I couldn't even be mad that there was
out of all the games. All the games for it to be on.
Thing. Yeah. And there's like the technology that was running the game was like so old, and it kept saying above the game when you were playing it, like, "Oh, Monopoly has been removed from this website later this year." Like it was so outdated. Jesus. Yeah, it was like some like 2001 stuff. It was fucking really great. But basically, we were playing loads of that, and Ethan, our drummer, basically just kept getting really mad because he was saying online Monopoly is bullshit, because in physical Monopoly you can make loads of backhand deals.
It's true,
right? And that's when I was like, that's a really cool, funny AC/DC name for a record, right? That's a really
ran over. You're like, let's narrow it down.
Big fan of you getting the really cool name and then immediately just exposing that it's about online Monopoly. The duality of man.
It's a different experience. It's a different feel. Do you know what I mean? It's like to the physical experience. You know, you can have conversations with yourself. Nobody's there. They can't hear you. You know, it's a very private game. which is a lot different. But anyway, nonetheless. So then sort of like we were like, oh, let's maybe call it Backhand Deals as a joke, and we all kind of found it pretty funny. But then I sort of kind of started writing into that space. Do you know what I mean? Which I felt was like a really interesting thing to do, because we kind of had like the name of the album first before the actual album, which was pretty funny. So kind of just wrote into it like that, and then suddenly there were like another 16 songs that were like totally cohesive and totally great and like all worked together, and then we just knocked those down to like, I think there's 11 on the
I think there's around that number.
I think there's that number. Whatever the contract says, okay? Whatever the contract says, it's all there, okay?
Wow, that online monopoly's really changed you. Eh?
Yeah. What's the deal? It says it's in the rules. Come on now.
I'm all about dotting I's and crossing T's now, boys. That's all I'm about, okay? And
What if we put a longer one at the end? Nah, doesn't matter how long they are, we still get paid.
as long as we get paid, baby. Yeah. As long as I get Park Lane, that's all I care about. And then it kind of ended up like that. And so I think it was much more of like a process than kind of like, oh, we've arrived at all these songs. Because I think previously that's the way I used to work, was like, because I was doing everything myself. I was kind of just like building everything. And then at the end of a year, I might have had like 20 songs, and I would have been like, oh, cool, that's a thing. But this was more of like a process, like working with the guys and being like, let's make an album, do you know what I mean, with some intention, instead of just like cobbling together stuff that I had made throughout the year, do you know what I mean? So it had much more of a sense of purpose, you know.
Yeah, did you find that, like, I guess, easier to do, or was it like harder to do compared to, like you say, like, for example, like being at a stage where you're like, right, I've just written all these songs, great, let's see what you can do with them. Was that a harder thing to do, or was it actually just gave you more of a focus that you kind of needed, you'd say?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I think it was easier because I was working with people I was having fun with as well. Like the thing of like making music by myself was like, it was great because you can be focused and stuff, and it feels really personal, but like it's very lonely, and like at the end of it all, you kind of just think like, oh, it just feels a bit gross. Do you know what I mean? You spent all that time on your own. You kind of emerge from the studio and kind of just like don't know how to speak to anyone. Do you know what I mean?
The sun hits your face.
Absolutely, like one of those fucking ectomorph things out of I Am Legend or something. Do you know what I mean? Where like, Will Smith like peels back the
vintage reference.
Incredible. But we knew right away. We were like, yes, we know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it was super fun. It was super fun to work with the guys, and it's like I don't know. Yeah, there's a bit more of like a mental rotation in a way that you have 4 people to be focusing on one thing at any one time. So you can instead of you just being focusing on the entire time. Do you know what I mean? So that was, so I would say it was easier. Yeah. And just because I think it was more fun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, brilliant. And I guess also you know kind of the songs as well are. I mean, I remember because famously, if you go pick up a copy of Dork magazine, which is out now, available online at readtalk.com, we actually chatted in the magazine about all things Backhand Deals, and I was mentioning about the songs in particular, kind of like the way they were kind of like, I guess, more concise than maybe what they've been before.
Yes,
and I guess being like sharp to the point. I guess was that also something that just came from this kind of, I don't know, process that you went through with the album, and was that quite a deliberate thing for you, especially with the album?
Yeah, I think what we kind of realized from like the previous EP and stuff is like it was nice to embellish some sort of things, because I kind of perceive like an EP to be something of like introducing you to the band. So it's kind of like what you're capable of. Do you know what I mean? So I think often a lot of the times it's quite good to be like expansive and embellish certain things. Do you know what I mean? But like with the record itself, and this was very much a conversation with Communion as well, like a back and forth in terms of like a creative decision. It was like, what do we really want our debut album to be? And me, like, I think over the past like couple of years, I've kind of like honed in on my opinion on like what type of band I want us to be, and I kind of want us to kind of like strive for this kind of like pop mentality, because I think a lot of people, obviously, when they hear the music, they'll be like, oh yeah, I love T-Rex as well, which is great. But I kind of really want to strive for like this pop thing to try and just like drag it into the 21st century a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, what do all my favorite kind of like, in quotations, pop acts do? And the first one being the Beatles, because whether you know anyone likes it or not. It's like they were just a pop band through and through. It's like Please Please Me was just one of those records that was just like everything is so clean and lean and just cut. Do you know what I mean? And there's no nonsense in it, and it's just all the hits, and it was done in one day, and everything's there for you. Do you know what I mean? Just enjoy the hits. So it was kind of like that kind of approach, just to be like, if it doesn't need to be on the record, forget about it. Do you know what I mean? Record 2 will be the time where we just, we embellish and we go out there. Do you know what I mean? We'll have our time.
The 4-hour epic.
Yeah.
For now. Enjoy this sharp one.
Yeah, for sure. With like a pendulum swinging. There's going to be no in between. There's going to be either or. The next one's going to be a magnum opus, just like 9 hours long.
One song as long as this whole album.
Yeah. The song is going to be this interview, and it's going to be so conceptual. Nobody's going to understand what it means, but Six Music's going to play it every single time.
Oh, it's just edgy. I just love the way that they've gone against conventions.
I think it must be really nice on Six Music, because occasionally they do get to play like a 9-minute song, and I'm like, God, you can just sit there for 9 minutes getting paid.
Dream.
You fucking wander off. Steve Lamacq can go and have a lovely cider, come back, carry on.
Goes down the road, comes back. Oh, it's still playing. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, okay. There you go. And the song's done. And the song's done there. But nice. Well, it's a brilliant album, of course. We're big fans, of course, over here. A lovely time. You're obviously going back out on tour as well soon.
Yes, we are.
Some big old dates. Baby. Yeah. Knocking around, doing the bits.
For sure.
It's one of these
Barry Rugby Club on there?
Oh, I wish it was. They just, the thing is, boys, since playing Monopoly, we've got a fee, okay? We've got a pretty hefty fee, okay? And,
Wonga.
Yeah, absolutely. And all I can say is they're not hosting enough wakes, okay? They haven't got the cash.
We said to them,
it's hard to get 50 quid together these days.
Hey. I have noticed that you are playing a matinee show, I believe in Cardiff, which is tremendous.
Big into
by the way.
matinees.
Big into matinee shows. How do you feel about the matinee
They're like the bottomless brunch of indie.
They are.
I was doing a bit on our Instagram the other day, because I was like, I actually don't know why we're doing it. I was like, is it for the kids? I was like, we're doing like a Bear in the Big Blue House show, like in the afternoon, like a Fisher Price show in the afternoon, so all the kids can come and like sit like in a did you ever do that when you were in school and they used to play that song "Oops" upside your head or whatever? You'd sit in a line and you'd slam the floor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You'd be all in a line, sat down, and you'd go from one side to the other. Is that the one?
It'd be oops upside your head. All that stuff.
I have
like
no
school
idea
discos
what you're
and
talking
stuff.
about.
Oops upside your head, a big one.
Yeah, I know the song. I just don't know the strange shamanic ritual.
Yeah, you don't know the satanic dance. Yeah.
You managed to dodge out of that. Unfortunately,
Apparently,
we're fully embraced by it.
And Jamie and I are the same age, so we can't even blame it on that. Pass me by.
Jamie's just a hard Satanist. That's what
Yeah. Famously, I haven't got it out yet. But while we're here, hail Satan.
Hail Satan, dudes.
While we're here. Other villainous deities are available.
Yes, if you're a fan of Thanos, go for it.
I'm surprised you carried on there.
Yeah, I've got nothing else.
I know, I was going to say, name another one. Hades?
Yeah.
Hades, big one.
Yeah, big one.
I said Hades, but it was.
Did you? Okay.
It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're interviewing me, so I'm the important one.
That's true. That is true. I'm so sorry. Hades, maybe you could say that next time.
God's sake.
I don't know if you listened back to the finished one last time. We cut all of our stuff out, and it's just you answering questions to no one is.
No other words. But yes, the matinee show. Looking forward to it for the kids.
It'll be fun. Yeah, all the kids will be there. It'll be. I don't know. I guess. I guess it'll be fun. I still don't know why we're doing it, but it seems
what
like
day
the
of the
done
week
thing.
is it?
It's on a Sunday, I believe. So that's
nice. Sunday matinee is lovely. That's
if there's going to be any day for a matinee, it's going to be Sunday.
Yeah,
I mean, like if I'm going to a festival, like in the inner city ones, I often enjoy like moseying about and going to see other people like in the afternoon. So I imagine that's the vibe. Do you know what I mean?
You can have like lunch. You can have like some like early dinner afterwards.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Have a little break.
Yeah, but usually just before shows, I'm just like shitting through the eye of a needle. Do you know what I mean? So like, I just think I'm gonna wake up at like 10 a.m. just shitting bricks, and then we're gonna play at like 3 p.m. and then I'm gonna be like, cool, that's a nope. And then
Nope, there's another one to go.
Bricks again. Yeah.
You're there like,
yeah, for sure.
It's like, okay, here we go again.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's really, really bad. But looking forward to it, of course, and looking forward to getting out there as well. It'll be wonderful shows. It'll be good fun.
Yeah, it'd be very cool. It'd be very cool. I mean, like, it's been, we've never done a headline tour, so I'm like really excited about that. And I just think like, it feels like a right time for us, just generally speaking. We've been playing a lot and we've been playing for quite a long time. So it's just like, it's exciting just to be like, fuck it, we got to do it. We're going to go out and do it. We got to do it from the perspective of like, oh my God, we got to do it. Like, we got to do it for like us and like self-gratification, that sort of thing, do you know what I mean? So excited to get out there and just perform in front of people, you know.
Well, nice. It should be a wonderful time. Time. What we'll do right now is we'll listen to one such song from Backhand Deals. We're going to go with "Faking a Living."
Nice,
because I like that one.
That's my favourite one.
Wow! Look at that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard. I don't think I've been sent the out. I know I haven't heard it. I don't think I've been sent it. I was going to say I don't think I heard it. Would be a strange. Well, no, you said this, and you were like, "Oh, we'll play that one." And I was like, "Oh, right, okay." Apparently, you're the one that gets to listen to the music then.
And what can they say? They come to me for the music.
Too.
Yeah. So we'll have a listen now.
I appreciate that you just trust that it's good. I appreciate.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate you're just behind it no matter what.
Well, look, the hit rate so far has been good. So this will be good.
Yeah. We're ride or die, and nearly died last week. So I guess we will ride.
We will ride. Big Satanist vibes.
This is Faking a Living by Buzzard Buzzard Buzzard. And about that. So would like to play Faking a Living. But turns out we got the date wrong. The album isn't out right now. Depending on when you listen to this, if you listen to this in the second week that it's out, then the album will be out. But right now, if you listen to it right away when this episode just come out, album's not out. So can't play that track. Is a good one though. Did debate if we could just hum it for you. But then we thought that would do a great disservice to Buzzard Buzzard Buzzard. So instead, all that intro, we're actually going to play Break Right In, which is another good song. So getting two good songs, just not getting the one that we said was going to be played because we didn't look at the dates properly. So yeah, this isn't Faking a Living. This is Break Right In. And now back to your scheduled programming, if you will. Break Right In. Enjoy. We're going to react to it like we listened to Faking a Living, by the way. But Break Right In. Yeah. Back to it.
It's time to try. I'm up to here with all the phony fear. I'm gonna break right in. The game is rigged for all the lizards and pigs. I'm gonna play to win. You know it's all too much to notice. All your sisters that are around. So get it up and dance alone. And be the freak that don't belong. To tell the fools who keep reciting.
Amazing stuff.
I've just realised we've been using the wrong name. It's Triple Buzzard, isn't it?
Of course.
As we decided. We can't make this stick if even we can't remember it.
Triple Buzzard. Yeah.
Triple Buzzard. Yeah.
Triple B is quite a strong one.
Yeah.
3B.
The one that makes me shudder is when people say Buzzard times 3. That one really gets me. I'm just like, that's real. Yeah, that's real bad.
Just lazy, isn't it? At that point.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, don't be.
Here we are.
So speaking of the debut album from Buzzard times 3, it's all about backhand deals. We've heard what happened with Monopoly, and we thought it's time for, of course, the golden time of this entire podcast, which is our game. Jake, do you want to explain what we're gonna do here?
I'd love to, yeah. So in honour of the album, the instant classic album,
Classic.
which I'm sure all of you at home have bought a copy of. And if not,
Of
you
course.
cannot listen to this bit. You must
Yeah.
turn off now.
Turn off now, go get a
Unless
copy
you
and
hate
then
it, in
come
which
back.
case you have to listen unless
Yeah.
you like it. So we thought, who better to be our guide through some dodgy dealings, some wheelings and dealings, little deals, little compromises than you, Tom. So you'll be like a sort of modern day Del Boy with better
Of course.
hair.
Nice. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very kind. Thank
Jamie
you.
wrote that bit, so
Nice.
thank him for that.
Exposed. I was trying to.
Why?
He hasn't heard the album. He hasn't.
I agree with it, but I didn't
Yeah.
come up with it. You know, I'm
I
just
like
giving
what you
credit
got
where
going
it's
on
due.
here, guys. You got a good vibe. It's good cop, bad cop. Okay?
Good cop, confused cop.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great vibe.
Yeah, got confused. I really am. The painkillers are hitting in.
Yeah.
No, you're the good cop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're the one that's heard the album. We can't both be confused.
It's all melting. It's all falling to pieces.
It's all falling apart. It's
Oh.
all falling apart.
Okay.
Do you want to
Yeah.
start?
I would
Go
love
for it.
to. So, would you take? Basically, we're going to ask you a deal, and you just tell us whether you'll take it or not. So,
Okay, cool.
a man sidles up to you in a trench coat, and he says, "Hey, Tom,
Yeah.
I can give you never-ending happiness, but
Mhm.
once a month, you have to spend 24 hours with the worst human being you've ever met."
I take that deal. I take that deal easy. I take that deal straight away. I take that deal with no problem. Who's
No
going to
problem.
be the worst? Do you know what I mean? Ted Bundy?
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, I
Bagpuss.
think the Bagpuss.
Bagpuss.
Yeah. Oh, well, in
He's
that
bringing
case.
Bagpuss back. But yeah, unending happiness. I take that deal. No problems. Wouldn't even think twice. I'd shake the guy's hand. I'd be like that guy in Squid Game. Actually, no, the guy in Squid Game didn't actually take the deal that quick. Took him a day or two. I'd be quicker than the guy in Squid Game. I'd be straight away.
And that's a cast iron guarantee.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
I guess the more I think about this, and to be fair, I was the one that came up with this backhand deal.
You'd be really happy. When
You'll be happy, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
so
so-
happy.
Because
Yeah.
the happiness would never end, even though you're with the worst person. I guess if someone else looks and goes like, "Oh, why is he hanging out with him?" But
Yeah,
at the
but
end
it
of the
doesn't
day,
matter.
you're happy.
Yeah. If anything, it's an important life lesson. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're
Yes.
happy, who cares what other people think? You know?
So true.
So
Exactly.
true. So
Exactly.
true.
A strong shake of the hand
For
that
sure.
Deal.
sure.
Our second one is you get £1,000 a day, but
Yeah.
you have to spend it every day.
Oh, that's a deal. That's a cold hard deal.
How would you spend it though every single day? Because that's there's a fair amount of wedge.
That is,
This is cash as well.
I'm
Ooh.
always cash as well. I think that's
Yeah.
even
You've got to
better,
carry it
dude.
around.
Yeah, I think that's even better, man. I think that's just fancy meals. I think that's just fancy meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'd clear my schedule. I'd just be like, it's every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
He died how he loved, eating
Yeah.
incredibly rich food.
Yeah.
All hours of the day for months.
Just hasn't left the Michelin-starred restaurant
For sure.
all day.
Just
It's like,
expensive
have you got
vinaigrettes.
anything- looking at the menu, like, have you got anything more expensive than this?
I really need something more expensive on this menu. And they're like, sorry, what? I beg your pardon. Oh, incredible choice.
You'd never be able to pay rent if you were renting a place for over £1,000 because you've only got £1,000 a day.
Yeah, but
They'd
am I
want it
working
monthly,
as well?
wouldn't they?
That's the thing. Am I working as well, though?
I don't know. It would
I mean, I
really
guess
cut into the
regular
spending
life.
time.
Yeah, I mean, like, after playing Monopoly Boys, I'm a grifter. Okay, I'm a grinder.
True.
Okay, so even if I'm making that money, I'm still going to work every day, but I'm bringing some caviar along.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
You are getting like a taxi from like one side
Yeah.
of the country to the other every
For
day
sure.
to work.
Yeah.
What's the furthest destination I can go to in this car?
Absolutely. I'm going to Craig Charles it. Craig Charles once got in a taxi and he did like, I think he did. What did he do? Did he do crack all the way? He got a taxi from Liverpool to London.
He was on crack for a while.
Yeah.
That does make sense then. Does it all the way?
Yeah. Maybe he got that deal. Shit.
Maybe.
Maybe he got that deal.
He couldn't say anything.
That's why he got
couldn't say
into
anything.
Robot Wars, so that he
Yeah.
spent money on the robots. You know?
Yeah, he paid for everything.
Yeah, Gemini was an expensive little bastard.
With
you can tell.
cash. Yeah.
Paid for the whole Corrie set.
Yeah.
Just did everything. Good on
That
Craig
Red
Charles.
Dwarf reboot they did.
Yeah.
You know, he saved
cash.
Six Music just for the Funk and Soul show.
Yeah. Just said, take the thousands. I'm playing between 1 and 3 p.m. every day. See you later.
He lays down
Right.
the cash on the front desk every morning.
Yeah.
A cold G on the desk. every
Shout
morning.
out Craig Charles
Shout out Craig
and
Charles.
his
The big man.
pay expenditure of £1,000 every single
per
day.
day.
Incredible. Jake.
Yeah, would you take the deal of becoming really famous, but
Yeah.
for some reason you can't work out, everyone thinks that you're called Engelbert?
Oh, I'd take that deal. Well, would I take that deal?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd take that deal, dude.
But logistically, so you go up, right? You go into the pub and they're like, ID, please. You get your ID out and they're like, this isn't yours, Engelbert. This is some guy called Tom.
Right, okay, funny.
Oh.
Could I not just legally change my name to Engelbert, though?
Well, no, because they think it's already Engelbert. So they'd be like, why do you want to change your name to Engelbert?
That's so good. That's so good.
The layers.
That's
The
fucking
layers.
great. I love that. That's great. Wow.
Real dystopian nightmare.
I'll tell you what, in that scenario of me going up to a bouncer, right?
Yeah.
And he says, this isn't your ID, you're Engelbert. I'd be like, damn fucking straight, I'm fucking Engelbert, you piece
That's
of
true.
shit.
So you know how old I am.
Do you know
Get out
who
my
I
way.
am? Do you know who I am? I'm fucking Engelbert, boy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Fair.
Well, I tell you what, yeah, what this doesn't say is that you can't raise the profile of this Engelbert. So you could build this lore, this tale around Engelbert.
Engelbert mythos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Engelbert fan fiction, yeah.
Yeah, you're damn right. I'm Engelbert. Listen here.
Yeah, I'd be running my finger around my face. I know this is a podcast, you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'd be circling my finger around my face, saying, "This is my ID." Okay?
Yeah.
It's this, right?
The Engelbert. Is there a name that would stop? Like you'd be like, nah, I can't make the deal.
No, you could call me anything.
What about like Adolf?
Yeah, I'd take it, man. I'd take
What if your full name was Hitler Mussolini?
Mate, I mean, that would appeal to a lot of people, you know. And sometimes you just got to find your crowd. Okay?
Fucking hell.
Not wrong.
It could be anything, you know. Big fat cat.
Make it work.
I'd have that. Do you know what I mean? I'd have anything. I'd take it.
Make it work. You'd be very famous. You'd be very famous.
Absolutely. And he wouldn't. Like everyone knows, with fame comes money. You know.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
Just ask the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah. That's so fast. That's great. Wow.
He's straight on it today.
That's great.
Thank you.
Our next one. You reference.
That was amazing. That was amazing. I can't tell you how much I love that.
I'm quite worried at how quickly the Zodiac Killer popped into my head.
Really quickly.
Just always thinking about it. Yeah. That was genius, dude. I love that. That was great.
In the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Next one, moving away from the Zodiac Killer for just a second.
Let's try for my own sanity.
The deal is be recognised as the best musician of all time, but you have to wear jeans every second of every day for the rest of your life.
You know, like when we released Double Denim Hop, we would always kind of wear double denim all the time. We were just trying to push that thing. I mean, at the time, it was kind of a shaky decision because we didn't have much money. The denim didn't really fit us. Okay, it
was tight.
We looked a little bad. It was worse. It was the opposite. It was loose. And nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see a man in loose denim. Okay. It's the kind of Zodiac Killer look you don't really want. You know what I mean?
It really is.
Yeah. So I've actually come quite accustomed to living in jeans. So I'd be totally fine with it. I'd take that deal. I'd take that deal any day.
Even in the bath?
Yeah, even in the bath.
Even in the bath. That's how you wash your jeans, no?
In the shower.
Yeah. You get your jeans nice and wet, and then they if you wear them when they're damp, they sculpt to your body curves. Okay? It's a good thing to do.
Here we go.
It's a good thing to do. If anything, this is a great deal for me, okay? Because this is what I already do.
You get out of bed fully double denimed up.
Yeah,
you're like, let's begin the day.
In the shower.
What are we doing here? Incredible. Well, I mean, that was a very quick deal. Yeah, good on you.
Okay. The man's there in his trench coat, and now he works for OVO Energy. He's saying to you,
this time of year.
Right, you'll never have to pay for heating again, sir.
Yeah.
But the heating will always be on, even in the summer.
Very interestingly, boys, I run pretty cold. Okay. I'm classed as what would be called an ectomorph. Like I'm pretty skinny and like tall, and generally speaking, my circulation is pretty bad.
Yeah,
I'm
mine
kind
is
of like,
too, actually.
I'm already like 62 years old. Do you know what I mean? Like it's bad.
I run pretty cold.
I run pretty cold. So if it was down to me, I really, really would much prefer to sweat than to shiver. Personally, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd take that deal. I'm a deals guy. I feel like I'm taking every
Apparently
single
so,
deal.
yeah.
I'll just, I'll take that deal for sure.
You wavered on
shake your hand.
Engelbert slightly.
Yeah,
that was the
a little
wave.
bit,
The
a little
wave was
bit.
that.
Yeah. It's good to see where my crux is. Do you know what I mean? It's just what other people think of me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the only thing. Yeah.
Oh god, a very strong deal. I mean, like, I guess also you might become used to the heat after a while, right?
Also, guys, can I crack a window? Like, is that you can just open windows, right?
I mean, doesn't say anything.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's like 32 degrees, the windows, it's not going to do anything, is
It's
it?
not going to do much. I know, but that's just for free. Do you know what I mean? It would be awful for the environment. It'd be so bad for the environment, but it would be free though.
Your bills
It's hard to turn down a free thing.
Yeah. Especially in today's climate, it's 7%, right? Apparently.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Think of it. Anyone listening, check the bills. That's all I'm
for
gonna say.
sure.
Well, sorry, just check them.
Just check him. Just
Be
check
aware.
him.
Be aware what's going on.
Be
safe
aware of
side,
how much
okay.
you're being shafted, guys.
Please. Amazing. Good strong
Shout
deal there.
out 13 years of Tory government.
Yeah, big time.
Shout out everyone. God. Got another one for you now. I feel like I know what this is going to be right away. Learn 2 new languages fluently, but forget English.
I take that deal.
What if you didn't get to pick the languages?
That's fine. I don't really care. Swahili is my vibe. Do you know what I mean? I'll do
Yeah,
that.
but what if you end up with like Flemish and Swedish or something, and it's like, oh,
Like an
Yeah, you
old
could-
language.
Yeah,
like
you could
one
still
that's not
navigate
used.
that though. Do you know what I mean? Because then you could like learn English again, and then you basically by that metric, right? You've got 2 languages for the price of one. Do you know what I mean?
That's
Because
true.
That's true.
if I go back and learn English again, now I know 3 languages, whereas before I would have to have learned 2 more languages.
What
you
if
have the same
what if this happened like overnight, and so you were still, where you are living as well? So then you literally woke up the next day and you were like, I don't know how to.
Yeah, I mean, logistically that's pretty bad
That would be
because you can't understand anyone
yeah.
either.
Plus, do you think you know which languages you knew? Or you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, changing the language on your
Start
phone over and
speaking.
over until you recognised it?
Someone's got their iPhone up who's like, well, I'm clicking translate, but I'm not sure what he's going for here.
Yeah, that's weird. Actually, maybe this is the only one I wouldn't take because I don't think I would up my life. Well, yeah, because also you'd have to be like, okay, I have to move to Sweden.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To get into the thing. Do you know what I mean? So it could be anywhere.
Yeah,
Could be
it's not
absolutely
it's not transporting you straight away to that country. That's the problem.
Yeah,
You were like, bam,
yeah.
here you are.
Yeah, so I suppose from a cultural perspective, yes, but from a logistical perspective, definitely not. So yeah, I'm gonna reject that one. Save that one for somebody else. There's surely somebody who would take that deal. You know?
I'm sure there will
deserve
be. That deal can go out to any of the listeners, of course.
Yeah.
We can grant that.
Yeah.
Just let us know. We can do it. Jake, we've only got 2 more.
We have,
Okay.
yes. Although this one I think is a good one. So buckle up.
Buckle
Alright,
up,
yeah,
buckle up. Jesus, yeah.
So you would look incredible, right?
Right. Okay.
Everyone would be like, well, that is a well groomed man. His denim fits perfectly.
Okay.
Wow.
Right? He looks great. He looks the best he could look. But up close, you smell faintly but perceptibly
Yeah.
prawn mayo the rest of your life.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm
Not enough that people don't want to sit next to you on the bus, but when they sit next to you, they're like, "Oh, is that
Yeah.
prawn mayo?"
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. It smells like it's far away, but it's actually close.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you're in a room and you're like, "Where is that smell coming from?" and you're like, "Oh, it's me. It's
It's
prawn
me.
mayo again." Me.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna not take that deal
Okay.
because I already look and smell fantastic.
There it is.
Okay.
Nailed.
No, thank you. Okay. Give that one to Ethan.
All right.
There you go.
He
Look, in
shoots, he
50
scores.
years, when you start to decay, you'll wish you took that deal.
Probably. Yeah. Oh, you didn't say it was a turn. Was it a turn?
I'm sure Clooney took that deal. I've never
Yeah.
smelt him, but
Never smelled
smelled
him.
him.
Yeah.
he's looking good.
Yeah, they
Paul
famously
Rudd
say
definitely took that deal.
that. But yeah, it's a no. It's no, the prawn mayo.
Prawn mayo. I don't think I've ever actually smelled prawn mayo.
No, I was thinking
prawn
this when I wrote it. I was like, what is that? Because you normally get it cold from a supermarket if you get it. Like, no one's making their own.
Well, prawn mayo. I've never bought that. I've never
No,
seen
as in
it.
like, but what I'm saying,
Oh,
yeah,
like
you
a
can
prawn
get like a prawn
sandwich.
mayo sandwich. But what I'm saying is
okay.
like I don't think I've ever been in a situation where it's been at room temperature or like a smellable temperature.
Yeah, I
It's
get
always
what you
just
mean.
refrigerated, packed away, forbidden.
But
unknown.
so the prawn mayo is the sandwich because it's just the mayo, and then the presence of prawns makes it prawn mayo.
Yeah, rather than a blended.
Right. Okay. I thought it was some kind of
yeah,
blended prawn.
No,
mayo.
it's just
I'm
prawns
sure you
in
could-
mayo.
I'm sure you could get that. I mean, but yeah, I mean, like
Absolute maniacs making
prawn
that stuff.
cocktail, isn't it? Like a prawn cocktail.
Cocktail's different sauce, though, isn't it?
Oh, what is there? Like a cream?
It's a Mary Rose sauce, I believe.
A Mary Rose.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that shit.
Sounds posh.
Yeah.
I've never been a prawn guy.
I'm pretty sure it's just like ketchup and mayo mixed together.
Yeah. Do you want to know a funny one? Is that Thousand Island sauce?
Yeah.
Ethan, for a very long time, we never told him, thought it was called millionaire sauce, which I just find hilarious because he was just like he would mix ketchup and mayo together, like, and be like, millionaire sauce. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what millionaires.
That's what they do. What do you get? The man who's got everything, ketchup and mayo mixed together.
Did he inquire?
That's why they're millionaires. That's why
Did
they're
he
so
ask
smart.
why?
They're smart. Do you know what I mean? No, he just confused the numbers.
also, like I guess the comeback to that is like, well, why the fuck's it called Thousand Island sauce?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We took 1,000 nations islands to come up.
To come up with the sauce.
I don't know. It's kind of like maybe it's kind of like NATO. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's like an alliance of countries that are behind the sauce. Maybe
Behind the sauce.
Yeah.
It's because it was invented in the Thousand Islands region of America and Canada.
Wow.
Well,
There we go.
Yeah,
I find it hard to believe there's 1,000 islands.
Yeah, me too. That feels like some explorers just generalised.
Sounds like someone's compensating there.
Yeah.
They probably went to one, and then they went, "Oh, there's another one over there," and they went, "Oh, there's loads
There's
of them."
1,000, yeah. In the PR room in the Canadian government office. How many are there? We got 23. It's like, just say there's 1,000. You know?
The guy with the sunglasses smoking a cigar at the end slams his cowboy boots down. I'm calling 1,000. Like, yes, sir. We agree. Done.
For sure. Well, and they got the sauce, so, all
They
power
did.
to them.
They got the
All power to
sauce.
them.
Do you have a particular favourite sauce, all in all?
I'm a mayo guy through and through.
Just strong mayo. Fair
Yeah,
play.
strong. Yeah,
The
just straight
original.
up mayo. Like, don't fuck with your garlic mayo and all that shit. Do you know what I mean?
Not a fan of that. Not a fan.
Well,
of
no,
ceremony.
I
Get
am a
involved.
fan, but like, just why change a classic? Do you know what I mean? Mayonnaise is it's beautiful by itself. And if you're eating something that doesn't have enough garlic in it, and you feel like you need garlic mayo to supplement it, you kind of need to rethink your life.
I think of like mayo, like Guns N' Roses, and when like they start adding in, it's like when all the other members left, and then like, there's whatever Buckethead,
right?
there's,
Yeah,
there's these other weird lads.
What a
Like,
horrendously tortured metaphor.
That's like that's like the garlic version of the mayo.
sure.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
need this. You don't
Don't
need this. We want the
entertain
original.
this, Tom.
We need
What's
the original.
happening here?
No, it's fine.
I can
I'm-
hear you working this out as you say it. James. Yeah, mayo's a bit like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
How so? Oh, fuck.
He's really trying to compete with that Zodiac killer. Like, he's trying to compete with that super hard.
Our references have ranged this episode. Incredible. We've got one more for you, though.
Cool.
We've got one more for you. Let's see if this is a deal or not. So basically, the guy in the trench coat, of course.
Yeah.
He says,
He sidles up to you again. He can't stop sidling. He's like a crab.
Can't stop
He's just there. He's just there.
It's a crab in a trench coat. Sidling.
yeah. It says, you go bald, but you never have to brush your teeth again.
So you're saving 4 minutes a day.
Right.
You never have to brush your teeth. You would be bald, though.
Okay. This one is easy. I take the deal because, guys, old lady time. She keeps marching on. I'm gonna go bald. Okay. The hair is good, but it's thin. Okay.
It is good. We've already laid that out.
It's gonna go. If anything, it's already going. My plan is after the tour is just to buzz it. I'm gonna buzz it.
Second
I'm
album.
gonna go for that. Yeah, big time. Big old
Like
change,
Smashing
right?
Pumpkins kind of thing.
Yeah, well, still with a bit of buzz. I mean, that guy's crazy. I mean, like down to the scalp like that. And you didn't even take a holiday just to get a bit of a tan on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Yeah.
So for that reason alone, then yes. And also, the dentist sucks. Like,
Yeah.
the last time I went to the dentist, I went to this place called My Dentist. It definitely doesn't sound like a real dentist. Doesn't look like one.
Sounds like it'd be like an EasyJet spin-off.
For sure. Easy dentist.
Easy tooth.
Yeah.
It's
And
alarming.
the lady that I had doing my thing, she did the anesthetic because I needed a filling. She just jabbed me with the anesthetic and then just started working straight away. And I was like, don't I have to wait like half an hour? Don't I have to wait some time? Do I have to go back in the waiting room? She was like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about
Powered
it. It'll
through.
start working. Yeah. And she started drilling in. I was screaming. I was just screaming, just wailing at the top of my lungs. And then she gave me another injection and I went straight back in straight away, screaming. And then she looked me dead in the eyes. I swear this was the most terrifying moment of my life. And she said, you're just going to have to get through it, okay? And then
To which I would reply, no.
No,
Yeah.
not okay. No.
me being the kind of like, I'm a sheep. I'm a sheep at the end of the day. I just said, oh, okay.
Yeah. I think we all would have done that.
I also love that
We all would
hundreds
have
of
done
years
that.
of Western medicine, and you're just there like, well, I don't have to get. That's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
See, I love authority, boys, okay? I love people who tell me things, tell me what to do.
Tell me what to do. I would agree to it.
What I find weird about the dentist is that like they can do all of this shit, and all of them, especially in London, are all just on like a residential street with like a falling down sign. And you're like, I don't want you to be fucking giving me injections. I don't want you anywhere near me.
Yeah.
Like, you walk in and you're like, you actually say it every time when it's a new one. You're like, is this the dentist?
Yeah, you're like, is this someone's
yeah.
front room? Or is it? Yeah.
Why did you not think it was the dentist? Because it's got a driveway and what looks like a living room. No, it's the dentist. Come on in.
Yeah, it does have. They all have living rooms. You know what? Like, I was used to play in a funk band with a guy called Owen Griffelson, and he and he like knocked out his tooth at a gig when he was like younger, or whatever, and he collected the tooth, took it home that night, and just yoo-hooed it back in his mouth. So yoo-hoo the super glue, and it's still in there today. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm kind of asking the question: dentists, what for?
It's a con. It's a con.
For sure.
Anytime you go, they're like, yeah, it looks good, but you should go to the hygienist. I'm like, but you just told me it looks good, and they're like, not that good. I'm like, all right, well, don't open with the good, you know?
Yeah.
I also love like my girlfriend's Portuguese, and like they see the hygienist like once every 6 months, and I love the relationship we have with the hygienist here. Like nobody goes to see the hygienist because they think it's a scam. Like I fucking love that.
I don't think it's a scam. I'm just terrified of it because like everyone's always like, oh, you go to the hygienist, you come out, your gums are bleeding. I'm like, that doesn't sound hygienic.
Yeah,
that sounds bad.
Sounds like they gave you gingivitis.
Yeah, that sounds like something I don't want to happen to my mouth.
Yeah.
Someone's just punched the shit out of your mouth and gone, there you go.
And they just go, it's good for you.
I can't really think of any other situation where you go to the doctor and they go, yeah, this all looks healthy, but it's not bleeding enough.
Yeah. They puncture your spleen and they say, it's good for you.
It's good for you. Just let some of that out. It'll be better for it.
It feels like you're full of blood. It's full. I'm going to get rid of some of it. You know?
I think you've got too much blood in you.
Wait a minute. It's in both arms and the torso and the leg.
No.
You're into this is like serial killer now that you're back into there.
Zodiac vibes.
Yeah. Straight back in. Sensational. Well, on the back of those deals, and of course off the back of our deep dive into serial killers, which seem to be a theme throughout the game in various points. I believe our time is up, unfortunately, Tom.
Oh, that's quite right. It's sad to see you go,
Sad to see you go. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
Backhand Deals. It's out now.
Buy a copy. Buy
Buzzard,
5.
Buzzard, Buzzard. Triple
Buy one
Buzzard.
for your dentist.
Yeah.
Take one to your hygienist.
For sure.
I've always thought that hygienists are sort of a new age millennial magic.
And
there you go.
pretty loose, but I'll give it to you.
We're gonna do New Age millennial magic now. Tom, a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Soon.
Nice one. Thank you very much, boys. Take it easy.
I bought a ticket to the show and now I can't get alone. Thanks to that new age millennial magic that keeps us new age millennials free. Yes, that new age millennial magic. Oh, that's the kind of magic for me. Half the world is trying its own.
You're right there.
Oh, I'm just so tired. I remember. What now?
We come back in and then we talk about music.
Sweet Pepsi Max. Nearly got you the raspberry one by mistake.
I would have been fucking livid. Would have been fucking.
It's an easy mistake to make. Right, okay, we're back.
Yeah, right. There goes Tom.
There goes brave soldier.
Tom from Buzzard Buzzard Buzzard. What a man. What a man. Lovely to have him back on the show.
Yes. Good to get a repeat guest in.
Yeah, it shows that we aren't just scaring everyone away.
Doesn't it?
The pipeline.
People get on the show and they say, how's this going to impact my career? And we say, well, there are proven results that in 12 months' time, you'll still be able to come on the same show.
And you'll release an album.
Yeah, potentially.
You'll be again. We've somehow managed to fumble that.
Yeah.
But a really, really great album, Backhand Deals.
I think there's only a couple of people we've spoken to that have broken up or disappeared since.
Yes.
So that's a good hit rate.
To be fair, yeah. We haven't caused the end of many bands. Many being the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, brilliant album. Check it out. When it is out, of course. Which, depending on when you're listening to it,
or is now.
It may or not be. But a really, really great album. So yeah, good stuff. Lovely, Tom. Let's get on to some new music, shall we?
Okay.
I'm sorry to keep you awake, sir. Yawn. Falling apart.
It's a high impact show, you know.
Yeah. It really does. We've got a quiz to do tonight. It's going to be really, really interesting.
I'll pep up for that because I've got to stand up.
Yeah. This guy's absolutely
more and more
knackered and yawning.
Yeah.
I've got one arm.
Yeah. What more would you expect from the big quiz? I tell you what, guys.
And decked.
one of the answers for tonight's quiz,
Yes.
is David Bowie.
Yeah, one is David Bowie. The other one is the Lathams or the Lathams.
The Lathams.
The Lathams.
Lather me up.
Yep. And another one is Olivia Rodrigo, driver's license.
Yeah.
In a shock to no one, really.
Yeah.
It's the quiz of the year. Of course,
It
we're going
is.
to mention that.
So there you go. That's useful.
Little
for anyone.
tease for you. That's
Anyone that managed to get hold of this recording pre-quiz? I think Patrick
actually might. Yeah, he might.
Is coming. So if they win, it's a fix. Anyway, new music.
Yes.
Good tracks. Tracks are around. My first track.
Yes.
Very nearly patted you on the shoulder then, Jamie, but you've got a broken collarbone.
Oh, that'd have been great to get on recorded. Me just going like, fuck.
Fontaines D.C. Wonderful band, great band. New album coming out, Skinty Fear. Second track from it, I believe. Second track, it's been dropped, which is called I Love You, which they wrote about me.
Did they?
Apparently.
Did they?
Yeah, I said, I don't need it, but they said, yeah, this is
for Jake Hawkes.
Yeah, this is I can't think of that. What's the Paul Simon one written about Princess Leia? Doesn't matter. Fontaines D.C.
The Candle in the Wind, 1997 version. No, that's about I'll Die. A bit different. Continue.
So yeah, this the new album from Fontaines has got a lot more of that sort of Irish trad influence than the second one had. Like similar to the first, I'd say. But like it's another step forward by the sounds of things. Sounds good. This one in particular, is basically a sort of love song, which is nice.
That's really nice.
I think, when Hurricane Laughter first came out, if you said a couple of albums from now, they'll be doing a love song.
Yeah, if you
smashing it out the park.
Same band who were talking about Only Smokes Carols.
Exactly.
Here we are.
Spits out, Brits out. Only Smokes Carols. I love this song. I think it's great. And I think like lyrically, they continue to be one of the best bands out there. I think you could listen to this, not pay attention to the lyrics, and it'd be great. But the more you do pay attention to them, the more meaningful.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this album coming out.
Yeah.
In April.
Yeah, April. Yeah.
And also, I think Jackie Down the Line and this do show like this album's going to have quite a lot of diversity on it sound wise. I think these are two very different songs.
Yeah.
And I think it's testament to the fact that like they've got such an identity that they can put those songs out and it's still very clearly sort of tied together.
Even
though they are quite different.
Yeah, no, I like it. This song was what they debuted at Ali Pali back end of last year. And I remember, because obviously they were playing obviously the full set with all the songs for the first time. Then suddenly this being like, oh, by the way, here's a little look. And it was like,
By the
wow.
way, I tried to say I'd be there.
More on that later. But I feel like the show's real, I don't know, progression, and it's just an amazingly well written song, and love this. And I just think this third album is probably going to be their best. Like, I feel like the second album, I enjoyed it after multiple listens, but it didn't really have the same impact as the first album.
Yeah, it didn't. I don't know.
It's still good.
We spoke about it at the time.
Yeah, it's still good.
I kind of appreciate what they were trying to do, but it didn't really click for me in the way the first one did. And it really sounds like they've kind of taken that stuff from the second album that was interesting and fused it with what made the first one so like immediately compelling.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it.
I think it's going to be a really, really good album.
Yes. Teaching thousands of English people how to say the names of the two main political parties in Ireland.
Great. That's what we need.
Fine Gael and Fine Gael. It's Fianna Fail, isn't it?
Yeah.
I still don't know. Listen again.
Listen on this and come back to us and we can then talk about it.
We can.
But yes, big
Shout
song.
out.
Big
this
song.
is I Love You by Fontaines D.C.
Selling genocide and have got pride, I understand. I had to be there from the start. I had to be the fucking man. It was a clamour of the life. I sucked the ring off every hand. Had them plying me with drink, even met with their demands. When the cherries lined up, I kept the spoilings for myself till I had 30 ways of dying. Looking at me from the shelf, cloud padded smile I had. A real good child I was, but this island's run by sharks and children's bones stuck in their jaws. Now the morning's filled with cokies trying to talk you through it all. Is there mommy Fine Gael and is there daddy Fine
Fontaines Duck. Tremendous.
What you got for me, Jamie?
What have I got for you? I've got a new one from long-time friends of the magazine. Not been on the show yet, though. So
They haven't.
Can't cross over just yet.
Bastards.
Sundara Karma are back with a brand new track called Oblivion. And once again, this is completely fucking different to anything they've ever done before.
Yeah, they do seem to switch it up a lot. Don't they?
Like, obviously, if you remember, they put out Godsend not too long ago, which felt like this, I don't know, this heavy alty rock sort of almost screamo in bit song. And this, they've kind of like evolved that even more. Like, it's just a song that starts off sounding like potentially like the 1975.
Right.
Then it moves on to like mid-noughties alt rock.
Right.
And then it also has mixtures of like hyper pop in there.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it?
and the result is just an absolutely like bonkers first track, like just to put out from a new EP, which is coming on April the 1st. No joke.
Yeah, I don't think I can't think of a band that have shifted sound as much as Sundara Karma without making anything overtly bad.
Yes. Yeah. Everything they do is
Remember when Lil Wayne made a guitar album? See,
this is not that.
Some people can't do it.
This is not that. No, it's just like, I just find it's just completely like, I really enjoy the fact that they're a band who just flip what they're doing and try something completely new with every single release. And I'd much rather that than a band who just like have like something that works nicely
and just get stale
and just keep doing the same thing over and over.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, and where's that got him? But like, I much rather, somebody, they try to experiment, they like pushing the boundaries and stuff, and this is just really like, it's a track which you're like, wow, like what the hell is this from Sundara Karma? And also just really, really great. Big song. Can imagine it'll go down incredibly well at like festivals and obviously at live shows. And I'm looking forward to this new EP that's coming soon. Because if this is the kind of like sound of where they're going, then I'm fully on board with it. And I'm just intrigued to see what they do next. Because I just feel like every single track that comes, it could be completely different.
Yeah, agreed.
So big fan of this. And I just really, really rate them as a band for constantly reinventing themselves and trying something new.
And doing so well at it every time.
And doing
as
well.
They don't half-ass it. It's not
No.
like just flitting around.
Yeah, it's not like they're like, oh, we better try, try and do, a poppier song or try and do this. They're actually, they fully go into it. And I'm really, really liking this direction from them. So, big fan. So let's have a listen to this song, shall we? This is Oblivion by Sundara Karma. Down.
That's actually a song about the fourth game in the Elder Scrolls series, Oblivion. less popular than Skyrim, but did pave the way for a lot of the innovations that came in 2011.
Thanks for clearing that up, Jake. Really appreciate it.
It's okay.
And thank you, Sundara Karma. What other tracks have you got?
I got Bree Runway's new song, Pressure.
Nice. Ooh, hello.
Falling down on me. Falling
down on you. No, man.
Yeah. Bree Runway, we've spoken about before. From Hackney. Did a song with Missy Elliott, which is probably career peak for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Nominated for Brits Rising Star.
Yes.
Performed at last year's Mobos.
Yeah.
So
you,
doing bits.
What was the mix? We talked about, was it last mixtape, was it, on the show as well, which was really, really great. And yeah, it just seems like just keeps getting bigger. Like everything.
And just still like a really unique voice in English rap, I would say. There's obviously a lot of that American influence there, but it's still very clearly rooted in like the UK. And yeah, I just really, really love it. I think everything she's put out has been great. And this new track, Pressure, is great as well.
Yeah. What do you think makes a difference from like the rest?
I think it's the fact that she's not sort of rooted in the kind of grime lineage that a lot of like UK acts are. Like it's very clearly a UK person who is in love with like Missy Elliott era hip hop, I think. Yeah. And I think we're in a great place that like if you want to make rap music in the UK, it's just as diverse as like guitar music is.
Yeah.
There are so many genres there. People are, people like Parsaloo are picking up, but also like Skepta's there, Bree Runway, Miss Banks, Lil Sims. Like, all of these are so different and in their own lane. And I just think it's great that you don't have to wait for someone from the US to tour in the UK now to hear certain genres of rap. Basically. Like Bree Runway is from Hackney and is making very clearly like London-based music, but also it's just calls back so much to things like Missy Elliott and that era. This new track just follows on with that. It's just another really, really good track, basically.
Nice. Brilliant. Happy days. That's what we want to see. The hits,
So
rolling.
This is Pressure by Bree Runway.
Apply the pressure. Make me come through with the pressure. Keep you in line like yes sir. Make you come through with the pressure. Anywhere I walk is a runway. Walk around, fly down on the runway. Gotta use both hands when it bounce, babe. Will it bounce, babe? Hey, anywhere I walk is a runway. Walk around, fly down on the runway. Gotta use both hands when it bounce, babe.
The dramatic pausing before that introduction.
Hype it up, right?
Yeah. You got to, give it a little bit of this, a little bit of that, as they say.
A little bit of Monica
in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side.
Maybe. I don't know. Sounds exhausting anyway.
Yeah. Mambo number 5. Got one more track for you this week. Switching gears. Going to the Goa Express, of course, on our hype list for 2022. So basically,
that's this year.
Yeah, that is this year. So that means they've got to do good stuff this year.
They have to. It's contractual.
It's actually contractual. And thank God they've started with a brand new track called "Everybody in the UK," which is just really, really amazing.
Everybody
Yeah.
Until you're naughty.
Oh. Big fan. Yeah, I think we've talked about this band before when we played some of their other tracks. Like Second Time, I think, was the one which was really, really great. This kind of like clear, like 90s, almost Brit poppy sort of style to it. This is just an extension of it. This is like a really, really brilliant track. And I think this band are just so, I know, just a breath of fresh air when it comes to like the tracks they're making.
I do love it when you hear a band really early on and you're like, oh, there's something there. And then to hear it all click when they find what they've been sort of groping towards.
Yeah.
I feel like obviously when you start a band, like, you know what you want to make, but like, how do you get to that? But you know, there's so much between
It'll take time.
The concept and execution. Yeah, I just think the Goa Express have definitely it's all clicked and they've just shifted into gear. And yeah, the tracks they're putting out now, like you say, they're completely unique.
Yeah.
Harking back to stuff that a lot of other bands aren't really covering, also being new. And I just think, really just exciting addition to UK indie music.
I think that's it. Like they're filling a gap because, like, you can, you know, it feels like with I guess guitar bands in general, you can go down this. You can either try and be very almost this post-punky sort of serious route, or you go very out and out indie. You know, Lagers in the Air festival headlining, and there's very few, like the in betweens is quite a hard place to kind of like find yourself, but if you can do it well, then you're going to stand out. And I think Goa Express do that incredibly well. Like, they're so good, and really liking what they're putting out. And it feels like if they're dropping tracks like this, then it's just going to keep going. It's like this wistful sort of like late 90s sort of feel. They're kind of capturing, you know, I guess a little bit of a nostalgia that I don't think any other band are doing. And I just really, really enjoy it. They're just so effortlessly good at what they do. So, Jake's just put on a light in the room, and now
don't need to tell the people at home.
The lights shine bright, and they shine bright.
A lamp is now on
for the Goa Express. Yeah, looking forward to seeing more and more of what they do, and it's just great to see them get better and better. So let's have a listen. This is Everybody in the UK by the Goa Express.
Technically, you live in the UK.
Yeah,
you can say that the Goa Express have written a song about you.
Yeah,
you've got a song written about you.
Or even if you're on holiday in the UK at the time.
Yeah,
because it doesn't say everybody who lives. Yeah, who's a resident,
permanent resident.
Yeah. Wasn't though? Actually, that was the song that they were going to try, and then they had to change it, unfortunately. But yeah, go catch them. They're playing a load of festivals this year. They've got a headline tour as well in May, so go to it. Enjoy.
I think I'll probably go to probably go for the Sid for Solen festival in Copenhagen.
I knew that was the one you were going. Well, that has you written all over it. Yeah.
They're playing the Lexington in London, which I'm at a lot of the time. But I think I'll probably head to Denmark.
Also doing the Great Escape. So
they are good. They're doing loads.
They're doing loads of stuff. You have to check them out.
Bits,
as they say. Now's come the time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Album of the Week.
It is, yes.
Now, by Album of the Week, it's
Album of the Fortnight.
Album of the Fortnight. Because, of course, you know, we have a greater pool to pick from. Much like the tracks, there's a lot of really, really great tracks out there. We can only select such a few amounts. So, you know, it's a prized position. And this week, we're going to talk about Alt J's new album called The Dream, which is out now. Brand new record from them. A band who, on paper, if you wrote down like who Alt J are, what they sound like, sort of stuff they do in tracks, and you'd tell and you'd write that down and you'd say, oh yeah, that band headline arenas, headline festivals across the world, are a massive, massive deal. You would tell me to fuck off because that would be nonsense. But it works for Alt J.
It does.
And they've managed to like across the like, I guess this would be their fourth album, break through and kind of just make their own space in like the musical world, and the result is just it's amazing that they are just so unique to anyone else, and they've managed to do it all their own way. It's not like they've just made like they've gone out and made like a pop album, or they've gone out and made like, oh, here's our big Foo Fighters album. Like they've just stuck to exactly what they want to do, experimenting with everything they do, and the result is just a really loyal following that's made them somehow like one of the biggest bands in the UK.
Although, much like Bastille, getting a bit sort of, we're all talking about technology, aren't we? What's happened during the pandemic? There's references to like hard drives and cryptocurrency in this.
I guess because we had to stay inside for so long.
Yeah, people remember.
We only had technology. Yeah.
No bands have the internet.
No, they went,
and they went, "What's this all about?"
Wait, I can tweet.
You can plug into my hard drive.
I can order something online and it arrives the next day at my door.
Incredible.
What is going on? Yeah, amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if any band were going to tell me about hard drives,
I would expect it. Yeah, I would accept that. But yeah, amazing stuff. This is their fourth, The Dream. I really liked their last album. I thought it was like, I know, their debut was the massively, Mercury Prize, universally acclaimed. Second album had all its like, highs and stuff. But I feel like the third album was just a really cool and had some amazing melodies. And
I think that they do well.
That was great.
Obviously, his voice is so distinctive. They kind of do whatever they want. And it's still going to be really obviously Alt J.
Yeah.
They've got so much room to experiment aside from that, because it's like, well, still Alt J, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this album especially, like some of the tracks on it are pretty weird.
Yeah.
Talks about eating tiramisu at one point.
I mean, relatable though.
Yeah, I love it. Good tiramisu.
Obviously, famously, I of course, had a broken collarbone, and I was ordering a takeaway last night,
and they told you.
Well, I was looking at a pizza menu, and there was tiramisu there, and I was very close to ordering a tiramisu, but I just didn't think it would carry well.
Yeah, I don't think it
in
would.
Delivery. It's something you have to have.
Caravaggio in Camberwell do a great homemade tiramisu.
Out that pick, Jesus, Caravaggio.
Yeah,
in Camberwell. Yeah, great tiramisu.
Honestly, worth travelling for.
Okay,
Best
you heard it.
I've ever had.
We want to say thank you to our sponsor, Caravaggio.
The concept of tiramisu.
The tiramisu sponsoring the show. I wish it did.
I went to Caravaggio, and the guy came. I ordered a seafood linguine.
Great choice.
Guy came over.
By seafood, though, is it? We're talking the mixture of the prawns.
Yeah, the mussels.
Yeah.
So he's come over. He's gonna. Do you want pepper
of course,
to myself and Hayley, my girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. We'll have pepper. Do you want cheese? He said to her. She said, yeah. And then he said, do you want cheese? And I was like, oh, no, thanks. And then he went, go on. I went, all right, just a little bit. Put it on. Then he went, in Italy, they wouldn't let you have cheese on this pasta. He's like, you're not meant to have cheese on seafood pasta. And I was there like, I said no.
It's a test.
Yeah.
It's a test.
I failed miserably.
It's a test. They're trying to get you.
Fair play to him. He still served.
They were trying to get you.
Tiramisu. And he didn't put any cheese on it.
They didn't put any cheese on the tiramisu.
No.
You're trying to say.
They didn't.
That'd be a bit rogue.
No matter how traditional it was or wasn't.
I went to an Italian restaurant once and I asked for if there any Worcestershire sauce, and the look that he gave me just went, "What, here?" I was
like,
what for? I'd like a kind of salmon pasta thing. I thought that would complement it
You're
quite nicely.
Fucking menace. Let's play a song.
Yes. Let's have a listen. This is Hard Drive Gold by Alt J.
Don't be afraid to make money, boy. Don't be afraid to make money, boy. Don't be afraid to make money, boy. Don't be afraid to make money. Straight into my hard drive. Give me that wood. Straight into my hard drive, baby. Yeah. Non-shelter ruler, put it on the table and go. Watch it chatter.
Right, there we go. That was that was. I hate that noise.
That was Hard Drive Gold.
That was Hard Drive Gold, and that was a noise that was coming out of Jake's mouth, which I can no longer explain. A wonderful album though. I really enjoy. I don't know. This feels like where they I don't know. It's like I don't want to say comfortable in a bad way, but it just feels
Well,
like
don't then.
okay, it's comfortable
In a good way.
in a good way. As in, like they just feel naturally at ease with what they do. Some of the songs they write, I don't know. There has this sort of like classic. I don't say classic indie vibe to it, but it kind of does. Like some of these songs could sound like early Bombay Bicycle Club, which I
Yeah.
think is really cool.
Mm.
I like. And also, this feels like an incredibly personal album. Like, obviously, a song like "Get Better," which came out obviously before the album, was obviously talked about
As a
how
single.
personal as a single was an incredibly personal one about grief. But yeah, incredibly personal stuff. I just think Alt J will forever be at this kind of like high level now because of just their uniqueness and how different they are to any other band. And I think this album just complements everything they've done before, but also sets them like it just feels like it's something that they needed to put out this sort of album, which goes like, look, we are this sort of band, we are this kind of, you know, kind of flexing their muscles a bit. And the result is just a really, really special one.
They're just solid. I mean, just everything they put out is just good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I just think it's one of those, like, the album, even before the singles, you just like, yeah, it's going to be good. Like, it must be nice to be, like, a huge, huge fan of Alt J, because you just always know you're going to get very good music.
Yeah, and they're going to try.
No chance that it's going to be anything but good.
Yeah, they're always going to try something out, basically. And you know that they can move around and do things differently because they have been so experimental the whole time. They are, you know, they can be very ambitious with what they do, which I think is great. And I'm just really, you know, I'm just like content. I'm like, this is great stuff from Alt J. They're going to continue doing this, and being a band who now obviously play arenas and headline festivals.
Yeah, which I think is mad.
Yeah, as I laid out.
Yeah.
At the start, it is a madness that is happening. But it just shows you that they've kind of done it their own way, and that gives them the freedom to try things out on an album like this.
Plus, one of the things they try out is saying the word Philadelphia in a weird voice.
Which really got you.
Yeah, I loved it.
That's
my favourite bit.
When we were discussing, like, oh, what second track should we play? You're like, what's the bit that does that really weird, like, oh, yeah. Well, it's only right that you introduce a second song, to be honest.
I already have, mate. We're going to play Philadelphia by Alt J. Listen out, guys. It's the best thing you'll hear all year.
Good God, I feel your hands on me in the dying of the light. My aggression runs under the lights. Morning light, they'll get to see the crime committed on me.
There it is.
That's it.
That's it, then.
That's the high point of Western civilization.
Alt J, The Dream.
Alt J.
Out now. Also out the past few weeks was the Mitski album, which was also very good. Couple of big bangers on that.
Not out in the past couple of weeks. The Buzzard album.
It's not. It's not. That's out next week.
It is.
Or whenever you're listening, it might be out now. Keep an eye on Buzzard 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 socials. It's a great album, though. Great album. We've got to that time in the episode where I don't know.
You've got a broken collarbone. You don't have to do it. if you want
Okay.
to. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, first time.
Of the week. Thank you. I don't think I had the tuneful baritone.
Incredible.
you managed.
Incredible. Yeah. You see what I go through now?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It was tough.
It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Let's start our tweets of the week off with one from One Self-Esteem, of course, was at the Brits, nominated this year. Unfortunately, didn't win.
No, there is no justice.
I do realise that in terms of the acts that we've had on the show who were nominated for a Brits, we had a decent record this year. Holly Humberstone,
Yes.
has been on the show,
Yeah.
won a Brit
Mm-hmm.
and performed.
Yeah.
So that's a big tick for us. Tom Grennan didn't win, but was
No.
nominated.
Was nominated.
So we'll take that as well. Yeah, that was
I
it.
think that's what you're gonna
Yeah.
say.
So
We haven't secretly had a Dell on at any point.
yeah, so 50%. We'll take that. We'll take that.
50%.
Yeah. Well, Holly won.
I guess.
Yeah. What do you mean? I guess
You said 50%, like 50% of Brits winners.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
If you come on the show, there is a 50% chance that out of the people that are nominated,
If you come on the show and are nominated for a Brit, it's 50-50 on whether you will win that Brit.
hey,
Excellent.
those sound like
That's
good
not a
odds
great
to me.
hit rate.
So I was in there. Who was at the Brits? And this was obviously prior to the night itself. But Self-Esteem tweeted, "If I win the Brit, I'm going to use my platform to discuss how often at Uber Eats deliver McNugget meals without the condiments and how that renders the meal utterly redundant. Happens too many times, guys." Jake, thoughts on this issue?
If you are an adult human being and you are ordering McDonald's via Uber Eats and
Yes.
you are ordering a McNugget meal,
Yes.
you deserve every fucking shit coming to you.
Whoa, okay. I'm gonna have
Nuggets
to.
suck,
What do you know?
If you want chicken, get chicken.
No. But if you're a McDonald's, the nuggets have a certain taste to
Yeah,
them.
they suck.
No,
They're awful.
what's wrong with you?
And also, like, you can tell
Where's
they're
this
awful.
come from?
You can tell they're awful because
What's happened?
everyone wants the condiments with them because they don't want to taste the nuggets. They want to taste the ketchup.
No, the whole
and
point is it's a
barbecue.
dipping selection.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what-
get some chicken dippers from Iceland. Get the chicken selects.
No, you
Those
don't
taste like
understand the
chicken.
issue here. This is it. If it's like about 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you want some food
It's 2
fast.
a.m. Why are you ordering McDonald's? Go to bed.
No, behave yourself. Sometimes you need a
Go
little
to bed.
cheeky McDonald's to wind down the night.
No,
What's wrong with you?
I fundamentally disagree with Uber Eats and chicken nuggets.
These are two separate issues here.
No, same issue.
Uber Eats, is that your preferred delivery partner?
No, I wouldn't use Uber Eats.
What would you use? Deliveroo? Just Eat?
Just Eat is the only one where you order actual takeaways. I'm basically against the strange takeawayization of all restaurants because stuff like McDonald's doesn't travel well. Like takeaways travel well. That's kind of the point. But like burgers don't. Burgers arrive and they're all a bit flaccid and weird.
Yeah, a bit
You know,
moist.
the chips, the McDonald's chips. Like, come on. After 5 minutes, they're horrible little.
So your
Greek
issue is
pouches.
the
Also, like, don't
the
you have condiments at home?
the
Do you not have
takeawayization.
condiments at home?
I mean, not necessarily. No one has sweet curry dip.
Well, that's because, like, if you love the condiment so much,
Yeah.
get a bottle of it. If you don't love it that much, don't order.
No,
it.
but you can't get the sweet curry dip
I
from
just
McDonald's
think-
as an order,
I
as
just
a
think-
pack.
A group of workers who are paid very little and treated as freelance contractors should not be dragged about their lack of condiment inclusion. That's what I think.
Well, this is a good point. Whose fault is it? Is it the restaurant or the Uber Eats driver?
I think it's self-esteem's fault
What do you mean?
for not having bottles of sauce at home.
No. But what if you're not at home? What if you're at a hotel or you're at
If you're at a
mate's
hotel,
house?
nip out, go to McDonald's.
What? What are you talking
Oh,
about?
come on, get the experience.
You're a
Live your life.
lunatic. You're a lunatic.
Live your life, you know?
Is there like, so? What if you don't have nuggets? What do you have a preferred chicken dipping partner then? In that case, because we've talked about the Uber Eats part, which you're clearly against.
If I was to get a McDonald's, I'd
Yeah.
get the chicken selects, not chicken nuggets,
right, okay,
because they taste more like.
I can
actual
see.
chicken.
Slightly more expensive though, which means
Are
yeah,
they? I don't know.
yeah.
I don't normally go.
Doesn't look at price. He
Yeah,
does.
you know
He's just
me.
he's there. It's like
No,
I'm
I
going
tend
with
to,
it,
you
yeah.
know, if I'm going to McDonald's, I'm trying to get the big tasty. If that's not available, I'm
Of
getting
course.
probably a £1/4 a meal or the McPlant.
Someone has said, happens too frequently. If only they realised that the nugs are merely condiment shovels. How do you feel about condiment shovels as a term?
You just get a spoon, dig in.
Big Moon replied, "Oh my god, yes," to this, by the way. So
So what?
you're. I am not letting you. I'm going to let you die on this shield.
This is it, mate. This is it for me.
You just don't, you're not a fan of.
The thing is, basically, if I'm ordering a takeaway, I think there's the thing like McDonald's is inherently disappointing unless you're out and about somewhere and you're really hungry and you see one and you're like, oh, McDonald's. You go and you
Yeah.
get the McDonald's. You order it expecting that experience and you don't get that experience. Whereas if you order like a kebab, you get that experience. You get the experience of the kebab.
Basically,
Like McDonald's, not so much, but like a lot of like if people are ordering like a burger from like Gourmet Burger Kitchen, right?
yes,
The price of their food
Yeah.
takes into account the fact that they have to have a nice restaurant with nice seats that you sit in. So you're paying
That's true.
restaurant prices
that's true.
for like not the. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you
Whereas
are right.
If you order the
you are
takeaway,
right.
all that money is going on food. That's going on the food.
Yes.
Some of those takeaways, you go in there, fucking hell, awful, horrible. But it doesn't matter because you're not
Disgusting.
staying, are you?
Devoid of merit.
Exactly. You're getting the food and you're leaving with the food.
but you could McDonald's. You could argue is that.
I think McDonald's is a horrible company. And I think if you're walking past one and you're seized by the compulsion to go in and get your condiment shovels, that is a moment of human weakness. If you are on Uber Eats and you have multiple choices and you're picking it, that is, I would say, an evil action done by a psychopath.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is
I did actually order McDonald's, I think, last week.
There it is. So after all that, I did order it last week.
Yeah.
You could say that you prioritized pleasure.
I did prioritize pleasure.
Much like
and you know what I got?
What?
Very little pleasure.
No, he's a liar.
Somewhere
He's a
else.
liar. Condiment shovels and all. Self-esteem. This is prioritized pleasure. Incredible scenes. We've got one more tweet. Jake, would you like this tweet?
Yes, so Flea, the bassist of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Not a character from A Bug's Life.
No. Has tweeted, imagine being a little scurrying winter mouse in a Finnish village.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
When I first saw this tweet, I
That's
didn't
it.
realise it was from Flea. I thought it was just a weird viral tweet.
Right.
But it's from Flea.
Off of
Yeah.
the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I'm sure there is a reason, and I don't actually care, so don't tell me. But the fact that he's called Flea and has been for years is funny to me. That is a bad name.
He is an adult who is accepted. It's like The Edge, I guess.
Yeah, equally just
Sting.
like, shit name.
Yeah, Sting.
Like Flea is like, I can tell you how I got the nickname. I was like, don't tell me, just don't use it.
He's one of a rare few people who his kind of nickname is his name. I couldn't tell you what his name is.
It's like when he's in films, it's like Flea.
Flea.
Or like I like that, like House of Gucci starring Lady Gaga. It's like that's not her name.
Not a name. Not a name.
Not her name.
No.
Simply not.
Flea.
Flea.
Flea, that's accepted.
Hi,
but the
Flea.
thing is,
Nice to meet you.
Lady Gaga is like, that's a pop act as a stage name, right?
Yeah, you don't need a stage name for playing slap bass.
Flea.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his name.
Flea.
No one knows what his name is.
Flea.
Flea. Maybe he was just feeling, I don't know how I would feel. It'd be quite wintry, quite Christmassy, I feel.
I imagine it'd be nice. Well, actually, I think it'd be quite stressful, but everyone else would at least get joy out of it.
Yeah.
Flea's name is Michael Peter Balzari.
Wow.
Also, Flea's only 59 and he looks like shit, man. Sorry, Flea, if you're listening.
Doesn't look like
But my God,
It's like shit. He doesn't look like shit. He's all right.
he doesn't look good. Put it that way.
He's been on the beach, man.
He was first called Flea for his inability to sit still.
It's more like a tick
What?
than a flea, I would argue.
What?
This is what the
That's
base.
weirder than when we found out why Meatloaf was called Meatloaf.
Yeah, I don't really. He couldn't sit still, so
If someone said to me like,
You're
can't
like
sit
a
still,
flea.
I'm going to call you Flea, I'd be like, you're going to need to do better than that.
they call him Fidget or I don't know,
Or his name.
Michael.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, you can't sit still. I better give you a nickname.
Michael.
Yeah.
But Flea's doing well. That's what the bassist in one of the biggest bands in the world just thinks about, though. Imagine being a scrawny woman. He's gone. I better tweet this.
Probably the most famous bassist in the world. Maybe. Definitely top 5.
Top 5. Yeah. You've got
Flea.
what? Flea.
Pete Wentz.
You're not wrong. Pete Wentz. Sting.
Yeah.
a bassist?
But not famous for being a bassist, so I don't think it counts.
No, he's famous for being a tosser.
Yeah. Which, actually,
I mean,
wait.
Anyway,
who else in the top 5 bassists?
what was also funny about this Flea tweet is it was just after another completely unrelated tweet, which is just, I'm sad because I've been squirting diarrhea out of my asshole for 12 hours, which was tweeted
that
31 minutes before the mouse one. Don't have much to add. Just
why?
I don't know.
Why is he doing it?
I don't know. Sitting on the toilet tweeting that. The thing is, I guess it must be like it must be annoying when you're trying to get on with your day, but you Can't Stop by Red Hot Chili Peppers squirting diarrhea out of your asshole for 12 hours. This is Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
The world I love, the tears I drop to be part of the wave can't stop. Ever wonder if it's all for you? The world I love, the trains I hop to be part of the wave can't stop. Come and tell me when it's time to. Wait a minute, I'm passing out, win or lose, just like you.
Shout out, please, Explosive Diary.
Oh, wondering if it's all for you.
I can't
Apparently
stop.
was.
I'm addicted to the shindig.
We know what that means.
Yeah,
We know.
it
We know,
means
mate.
squirting diarrhea out of your
We
asshole
know,
for 12
mate.
hours.
We know. Unfortunately, I think that brings an end to our show.
It does.
What a lovely time we've had. We've talked about all sorts. We really got into the Nuggets discussion.
We did.
Also, Tom from Buzzard Buzzard Buzzard. Lovely to have him back as always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. We're on predictions now, aren't we? The end of the show.
yeah. Well, you got any predictions for next week?
I reckon
Next 2 weeks?
I mean, going on this rate, a lot happens in 2 weeks. So I reckon I might win the lottery because I've done
The lot
this.
tree.
You already got hit by a lot of tree.
That I got. I'm actually in pain. I reckon my the lottery. I think my luck's going to turn around, so I reckon that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
In the other direction.
Oh, I'm
you're
gonna
get your other collarbone.
Oh,
broken.
great. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, could go either way. Thanks for
Go
listening.
one way or the
as
other.
always, guys. And remember, if you are sitting at the front of the bus, watch out for trees.
For fuck's sake.